Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Just a little over a month ago, back in October, we went down to D.C.
Yes.
Because it was the beginning of this whole student loans are coming back. The payments back. The interest is hitting, and it is affecting Americans. And so we wanted to get a pulse on really how this is affecting people on the streets. Taking it to the streets, like Michael McDonald said, we were able to interview folks in D.C. We went to the Georgetown area. We went all around getting people's take on how the student loan pause and payments coming back is affecting people. So we want to kind of show you a compilation of what we heard.
Did you have to get student aid to come here?
Yes, I'm on financial aid, got like a work-study job, but yeah.
Yeah, they'll rack up for sure.
No.
You did not. Mom and dad?
Yes.
Way to go, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, I came in with a scholarship from elsewhere, so they pay for all my stuff.
So you're full ride?
Yeah, full ride.
Up top, dude. That's what I'm talking about.
I do have loans for my graduate school, for med school.
How much do you have already?
I'm a freshman. I can't remember the per semester number, but it's not cheap. It's like in the thousands.
Yes, it's about like $350,000.
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna have to get down here and breathe.
I think I get about like 20,000.
20,000?
Yeah.
And do you know how much of that is a loan?
I believe about half of it.
Half of it?
Yeah.
So maybe 40,000 over the 4 years?
something
All right, now
like
are your
that.
parents gonna help you pay that?
Yes.
Are you gonna have to pay any of it back at all?
Likely not. I feel like I'm pretty lucky that my
You are
parents
very lucky.
able to help out a lot with that.
I mean, hopefully I'm in a spot where we can kind of share the burden, but I mean, realistically, we'll see about that.
The government has like kind of like a program where they calculate, it's like an income-driven repayment plan.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, had an opportunity to get into the income-driven payment option. So I'm a little eased that it's maybe a reasonable payment that I can afford. However, with the interest accruing, it's already accrued $1,000 in 1 month before I even made an actual payment.
If you had to guess, just if you said, you know what, Jade, I think it's probably gonna take X amount of years for me to pay off this debt in full. Or if you even plan to pay it off. Tell me a little bit about that.
I mean, I'm gonna be completely honest. I have no earthly idea, but I mean, for the first few years, I'm gonna be on the struggle train a little bit.
On the struggle bus.
As a resident, I'll probably have like a payment of about like $200, but like, you know, $200 when the total is probably $400,000 and the interest is still accumulating, and that's only like a drop in the bucket every year.
Exactly. What does it do to you emotionally to be thinking about $350,000 worth of debt?
I mean, right now, I'm under so much stress and pressure that I kind of put it off to the side.
Yeah, it's out of sight, out of mind because you're already in med school and it's pressure enough.
Exactly.
I mean, going off and finishing school and kind of like restarting your life in a lot of ways is so much pressure on anyone. So imagining having all that debt on your shoulders is just like an unbelievable extra burden. Like you're essentially going to be working for the next, it could be the rest of your life, right? To pay that off. And like, it's just kind of crazy to expect a 22-year-old to, you know, have that much foresight.
Do you think tuition is outsized? It's gotten ridiculous. What are your thoughts on this?
100%. The government was giving more loans. It raised the cap of the loans that were available. So as a result, a lot of colleges and universities just increased their tuition. And the people that are paying the price are the students.
Yeah.
Pretty absurd, even though like someone who's very lucky like I am, just like asking someone to pay $80K a year is pretty ridiculous.
It's nuts.
I think it's an unfortunate way to capture people in debt.
It's not affordable for most people. They've been allowed to do this forever. It's what they do. It's what we've allowed to happen.
I mean, I'm curious, like, why has it gone up so much?
What do you think about how tuition has gone up 12% a year for the last 10 years? What do you think about that as a student? Is it worth it?
I mean, honestly, I love going to school here, but like, you think about it once you actually start thinking about the real money about going here, and like, you could get a similar education, obviously at a lot of other universities, and there are a lot of like opportunities afforded to us here, but I think that for a lot of people whose parents can't help them as much as I'm fortunate enough that my parents can help me, going out into the real world after college and having that much like debt on your shoulders is just a lot, and I think for a lot of people, it might not be worth it.
It's obviously not in your favor at all. And you probably like die still repaying back your debt.
I would say certainly worth it.
You think so?
And more so beyond the academic benefit, but the value of, a social community.
Did you hear about Biden and the forgiveness, the student loan forgiveness, and then the Supreme Court shut it down? Are you familiar with that?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Honestly, I feel like a lot of things like that, may appear to be something good that a politician is doing, but in reality, I don't think anything to that extent would ever go through, just because, he wants to seem like he's doing all this stuff for students, for young people, but in reality, that's never gonna happen.
I mean, personally, I lean pretty left, so I say, yeah, the government should have a say in that, but I know, some of my fellow classmates might not think the same.
It is the responsibility of the students that take up the loan to repay it back at some point. I know it probably does suck, but you took on the loan and took on the education. Hopefully you had a great plan afterwards to earn enough income to pay it back.
I think it's complete political blasphemy. It's catering to a portion of his base, and I think that obviously gained political traction, but I think it's infeasible, and for the people who have paid off their loans, I think it's a poor lesson teaching. I think there are people who have busted to repay their loans, and they're just off the hook.
Yeah.
I'm kind of conflicted in this. I believe that people should be responsible for the debts that they've taken out.
Sure.
And they need to be accountable for that. On the other hand, my selfish side, I would like student loan forgiveness for sure.
Honestly, as an educator, I'm disappointed. I was looking forward to just being able to start new, fresh. Looking forward to purchasing my first home. So it's disappointing.
We have a responsibility to help. What's fair, what's not fair, I don't have that answer. Is it fair? I understand. People are like, okay, well, you forgive mine. Well, and someone else is like, whoa, hold on a second.
Right.
While my take may be that the government should be the one who fixes this problem, I think, again, at the baseline, we can all agree that the problem needs to be fixed.
The government, we need to do better. We need to do better in this country to help educate our people.
Yeah.
The youth have no idea. When they're signing in, they don't know what $100,000 is.
That's right.
They don't know what $200,000 is.
Not to mention the interests.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be very smart with your choices and live within your means and, have a plan to repay it.
Change is going to happen if we change and say, enough, no more. Our youth, our people deserve better.
What if I told you that I paid off $280,000 of debt?
I would ask you, how did you do it? And can you teach me?
Does it give you hope, though? Does it make you feel like it can be possible?
Absolutely.
Wow. Look, if you were listening on podcast, you need to head over to the Ramsey Show YouTube and watch that because it's totally different. It hits different when you watch it. And honestly, if you're looking for more information about this, I want you guys to go to ramseysolutions.com/student loans because here's the thing. The news cycle moved on, Ken. The news cycle went on and they're talking about, I don't know what they're talking about again, but the pain of this is still affecting people every single day. People are making payments. They're still deeply, deeply in debt. And we just want to know, we still see you guys and we're still here for you. And at the end of the day, there's still a way out.
And there's a way to avoid them. Hey, real quick, we'll help you get out of it financially. But here's a two-part question. Is a degree and the loans that come with it the only way to get where you want to go, or is it the best way? If the answer is no to either one, hey, go get you a certificate. Go get you a community college associate degree. You can get where you want to go without the degree many times. And by the way, that means no debt. So let's think about that as well.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.